Buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password, or check on our website, www.cslpv.org, and there's a link on the weekly talk section. Today is Sunday, July 30th, 2023. Continuing with our annual theme, Living Out Loud, and our monthly topic, Speaking Truth to Circumstance, our topic this week is the Standing Stone. So once again, I'd like to welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Puerto Vallarta, whether you're here on the live Zoom call or watching the replay at a later time. We teach a philosophy and honor all faith traditions. So whatever path you are on, know that it is the right one for you. So as I mentioned, we teach a philosophy, and it's called the Science of Mind. It's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. We offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, and we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. Dr. Ernest Holmes, our founder, was asked to provide a concise definition of the Science of Mind teaching, and he replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message. So if you would like to join us in person, we meet at noon on Sundays on Calle Venezuela, number 232, and hang out with us after the service for some great conversation with like-minded people. And if you would like to connect for a one-on-one appointment for a spiritual mind treatment to assist you with whatever changes are going on in your life or changes you would like to experience, then please connect with me. I'd also like to remind you that if you would like to be a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, you'll need to recommit to your membership. So please contact me if you would like a form to fill out for that, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees. We also have application forms for that. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And if you're interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we'll be starting new courses in September. We'll have a few interesting workshops offered as well. So check with me or check our website to find out the details. And please let me know if there's a specific course, workshop, or book study that you would be interested in taking, so we can plan for those as well. And now let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. More on these can be found on our website as well. So sometimes we face what seem to be walls of circumstances made of stone. They speak to us. So let's listen and then speak back to them. In The Science Mind, Ernest Holmes said, circumstances can seem very real, like stone walls in our paths. But he reminds us to think independently of any existing circumstances. This is what is meant by entering the absolute. By entering this realm of thinking, we connect with the infinite power from which all circumstances spring, but which is greater than any circumstance. In The Science of Mind, he wrote this: to daily meditate on the perfect life and to embody the great ideal is a royal road to freedom. So as we recall in week 3, Holmes said that spirit is forever taking form and forever deserting the form which it has taken. With every form, there are people who are happy with it, unhappy with it, and those who don't care one way or the other. No one circumstance is right or wrong over the others. The U.S. Supreme Court struck down Roe versus Wade in 1973 when the Supreme Court found in favor of Roe and anti-abortion laws were struck down. Many cheered and many others cried. The ones who cheered saw it as a step forward, while those who cried viewed it as a step back. In 2022, those who cheered were crying, and those who cried are now cheering. The same idea of steps forward and backward are being advanced. Many thought Roe versus Wade was forever, and many who supported striking it down now think that's forever. Nothing on earth, and thus no circumstance or set of circumstances is eternal. This should inspire us to rise up and not get caught in the wall of circumstances and conditions, and to anchor our minds in the absolute, the real infinite. Ernest Holmes said this: we outwardly experience our states of consciousness, but since the apparent without is merely a reflection from within, which is its cause, what we most need to do is to start with a simple proposition of the creative power of thought, and from this inner recognition, know that circumstances are formed and held in place. So facing the standing stones of our life is a metaphorical expression that refers to confronting the challenges, obstacles, and significant moments that shape who we are. These challenges can be personal, professional, or emotional in nature. It's about acknowledging the past and present circumstances that have led us to where we are, and finding a sense of peace and understanding within ourselves. Ernest Holmes said, one alone in consciousness with the infinite constitutes a complete majority. And this powerful statement gives us a direction and a knowing of how to face those standing stones of our lives. When the stones speak to us of our limitation, of their solidity and our fragility, of their power and our weakness, go alone into consciousness with the infinite. And there we find our true strength, a strength far greater than the stones of circumstance. The very word circumstance means that which is standing around us. What is standing all around us is the combination of our own thinking and the collective unconsciousness of others. More powerful than all that is the infinite standing within us and all around, above, below, and behind the circumstances, calling us to see it through the walls. Instead of fighting with the stones or accepting the stones as just the way it is, we go within and solidify our majority with the all that is. In Living a Committed Life, Lynn Twist wrote, "To make change, you generally have to make something wrong or undesirable. That's not right. We have to change it. We need to be able to make changes in our lives, in our relationships, our diet, our decisions, and our political leaders. When you change a situation, the circumstances may get moved around and different outcomes may result. But unless there's a fundamental shift in how the situation is perceived, the same problems may arise again and again. Transformation has a completely different dynamic than change. Transformation doesn't accuse the past or current situations of being wrong, bad, or undesirable, but rather transformation shifts the perspective such that what's so, or what came before, suddenly makes sense. It embraces the current reality and has it make sense in a new light. Transformation actually completes the past, makes sense of the present, and generates a future that blossoms out of what's so now. It is respectful rather than critical, affirms rather than denies, includes rather than excludes. The sacred nature of the perfection of the universe becomes visible. And this is what Ernest Holmes wrote in The Science of Mind. He said, "The law of mind as quickly creates one form as another for us, and we must allow the patterns of our thought to become molded from the highest sense of reality we possess." So Unity Minister Jane Simmons shares the idea of transition and transformation. She uses the following analogy to help us understand. So imagine you find yourself swimming in the ocean. Suddenly, a rip tide starts pulling you out to sea. You battle against it, making some progress. And then a couple of strong swimmers come along and help you. After a long struggle, you finally get back to shore. That's transition. The long, slow struggle to make things better. Transformation is that you suddenly wake up realizing you were in your bed dreaming. You're completely dry and you were never in any real danger. Transformation comes not through struggle and extreme effort and heroics on our part. Transformation comes from connecting with the deep, but often unconscious truth of our being. Transition can improve our situation. Transformation radically alters it at its core. What our world is calling for right now is not battling with the transitional forms that appear to be stone walls, but a transformation, which can only come from undertaking or turning away from the battle and toward the infinite. We can ask, would I rather be right about my cause, my stone, or would I rather surrender into a greater way? Joseph Campbell said this: "We must be willing to get rid of the life we've planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us." And when Ernest Holmes invites us to meditate on the perfect life, is not to meditate on my idea of a perfect life, but the perfect life. Often, this calls for us to surrender our own idea to make room for the greater idea. And when Emerson invites us to get our bloated nothingness out of the way of the flow of the divine circuits, he's telling us the same thing. We all come to a point where our ego intellect finally has to admit, I don't know how to fix this. And as Dr. Michael Beckwith says, a bad day for the ego is a good day for the soul. When we have finally banged our head against the stones of life enough, we have the opportunity to turn to that which is greater than we are. But it's not to get this infinite presence to do things my way. It's to let go of my way for the high way. This surrender is required for true transformation to occur. And some steps to find peace while facing the standing stones in your life could include some of these: self-reflection, taking time to reflect on your life journey so far, the challenges you've overcome, the mistakes you've made, and the successes you've achieved have shaped your beliefs and your values. Acceptance. You can change your perspective and attitude toward these, both the positive and negative aspects of certain events, and embrace the reality of your life. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself for any past mistakes or regrets you may have, and forgive others who may have caused you pain as well. Gratitude. Cultivate a sense of gratitude for the lessons you've learned, the opportunities you've had, and the people who have been part of your journey. Set positive intentions. Focus on the present and set positive intentions for the future. And engage in activities that bring you happiness and fulfillment now. Embrace change. Life is constantly evolving, and it's essential to embrace change as a natural part of our journey. So we invite this transformation by being still, asking questions, and listening for the answers. We invite the transformation through the practice of visioning. We invite this transformation by imagining taking our stone and placing it on the altar of the God of your understanding and saying, I have done all I know. This is now yours. We must turn alone to the infinite. Alone means without our agenda, without our plans, without our conditioned sense of right versus wrong. We must let go and see the kingdom of the one. Only then can we allow personal growth and peace within. Finally, Rumi says this: out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the should lies down in the grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make sense. So now it's time to rest from the battles and wars of good and evil and the right, wrong. It's time to stop beating our heads against the stones. There will always be stones, but we can live in a greater freedom, leaving them standing where they are while we cavort and live in freedom, the only agenda of the universe. Sometimes we have to put down our swords and shields and actually listen to the stones. What are they saying to us? What is their gift to us? And can we approach them with curiosity and wonder instead of anger and righteousness? Can we listen to someone who has a very different viewpoint from ours? And can we set aside that which we're very certain we're right about and then ask, is there a different way to view this? Is there a way that includes both views? Spirit is a paradox. So it's natural we would be called to live in and as paradox too. Spend time going within to the sweet spring of the water of life, fed by the infinite beingness. Be gentle with yourself and others. Who knows, maybe one day one of those stones will be a beautiful and valued part of your garden. And I'll leave you with this final quote from Rumi. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And our weekly affirmation is, I take time to listen to Spirit's highest ideas of life. And that now brings us to our opportunity to give back where we are spiritually fed. Donations are greatly received through PayPal or Tithely on our website, www.cslpv.org. You'll find the donate buttons on both the landing page and on the recordings of the talks on our website. If you still like to write out paper checks, you can do so by addressing them to CSLPV number 403 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, B1Y8N1. And now, if you'd like to join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing your time with us. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. So may peace and love be with you. Blessings to all. Namaste.